Now, most black women have been through it. The jelly curls, the perms, braiding, beading, weaving, perming, you name it, we have done it to our hair. But the trend is now swinging towards a natural look, and later this month, London is playing host to one of the biggest annual events dedicated to afro hair and beauty. COevolution was started 4 years ago by natural hair enthusiast Bukky Fatsuin, and since then it has gone from strength to strength. It isn't just a platform for women to try out and promote new products, but it's also the chance to celebrate the glory of black hair and beauty. Well, Becky now joins me in the studio, along with beauty entrepreneur Bianca Miller. Ladies, a very good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
I mean, you're all grinning when I talked about weaving, perming, jelly curls and things. Are they pleasant memories or bad memories? Or
Varied memories, varied memories. We all remember sort of growing up and having different styles, and your mum grasping you between her legs and doing your hair.
Yes, with the hot combs and things.
Yes, yeah, all of those. We've experienced it all.
And the weird thing about it, though, is that some of these products, the ones which were used to straighten our hair in the very early days, they were very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they left, for some of us, lasting damage.
Yeah, scalp burns,
Yeah.
all sorts of experiences that people have.
I think we've come a long way, though. I think technology and products have come a long way, and are now moving towards using more natural-based products. But also defining what you perceive as being beautiful. And how you want to look is really about that, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's interesting as well, because although there is a trend towards the natural look with hair, you can actually incorporate some of these things like the weaving, etc., with afro hair too, and people don't know the difference, really, do they?
Yeah. I mean, some people call it protective styling, so it's giving your own natural hair a break and then wearing a style that's similar to your own natural hair, so wearing curls in your hair, as a weave, as a braid, they do crochet braids, all sorts nowadays.
Yeah, because there was a time when a lot of black women didn't want to go natural with their hair because they thought, you know what, if we go to the office and wear an afro, then people are going to assume that we want to join Rolls-Royce or something, and it doesn't quite suit a business image, etc. But do you think that's changed now?
I think it is an issue of perception. I think people look at how it's going to reflect their personal brand, but at the end of the day, once you've embraced what you define as being beautiful, and whether that is weave or natural hair, but also looking at makeup and fashion, I think it's really about embracing it for yourself.
And it's interesting as well, you've talked about the makeup, because I do remember a time when if you went to a high street chemist, I'm not going to name any names, that yes, there were makeup ranges, but they weren't geared towards black women, so you had to make the best of what was there, and you ended up having a two-tone effect.
So you go through a sort of
shade and your neck was another.
you go through a sort of like 30 shades of nude, and then you get that last shade of brown. It's like, right, is this all I'm stuck with? Okay, I guess I have to work with it. But I think things are slowly changing. We're seeing a more diverse range of colours for our skin tone, because we're not all the same shade. Bianca's a different shade to what I am, to what Lupita Nyong'o's is. So we've got to be able to cater for that sort of range of colours that you see in women of
because
colour.
there are makeup ranges which cater for black women, but again, there's a bit of a limitation there. You often have to get 2 compacts and 2 foundations to mix it all together.
I think, unfortunately, it makes it a very expensive activity as a black woman, because you have to search and trawl the high street to find the right product, then you have to mix products, and really it should be something that's as accessible as it is for everyone else. And that's why I've started my nude hosiery range, because I think, you know, when you're looking at nude as a definition, you need to have light to dark. There's that wonderful spectrum of different colours, and embracing that.
It's interesting, though, because you've started your range. And you're taking on some of the big players in the field already. And when I say big, I'm talking about the likes of MAC, for example. Now, the MAC products are sort of standard to the kit for a makeup artist. They're standard in most women's handbags. So how do you sort of deal with that? What's the way around it?
Yeah, I think MAC do a phenomenal job. And I think, you know, when I'm looking at my hosiery range, we want to be the MAC of tights, essentially. So it's fine with me. But I think when we talk about COevolution and beauty, we are talking about diversity and just embracing the amount of product that should be out there and available for us to buy.
I mean, at the upcoming show, what we've got is a vast range of vendors coming to the show. They're UK-based vendors. We've got international vendors as well, like ORS and Beautiful Textures, coming to showcase their products. So what we're saying to women is you're no longer limited by the products that you can use on your hair, or the tights that you can wear on your skin, or the makeup that you can use on your face, because we've got fashion fair coming down the whole range. You know, this is all the choice that you have. Come down to the show and enjoy all of it.
Because it did seem like a very streamlined market, that if you wanted the best of everything, you had to get it from the States. So you either went to America and came back with a huge fat suitcase, base. Or if you were lucky, you found a distributor who would actually supply American products. But if you actually lived outside the UK or the United States, it was like a bit of an oasis. You were struggling.
You struggle. And you'd be surprised, even when it comes down to natural hair, there are so many natural hair and beauty vendors who make products out of the back of their, you know, their kitchen. They had a problem, so they made a product, they packaged a product, and they're now here to sell the product. And it's a fantastic thing because there's no danger of that product ever being discontinued, like you get with some of the shades and some of the, you know, products that we use. The product is there, it's been tried and tested by people who are just like you and me, and they're bringing it to COevolution on 23rd of May, and they're showcasing and saying, if you have a problem with hair loss or thinning, or you just want to give your hair that kind of luster, you're thinking about going natural, you're already natural, you're contemplating, you know, it's the best place to be to sort of, you know, come down and find out more about natural hair.
And a fantastic platform for entrepreneurs. I think the people who we're representing at the show are entrepreneurs, and they've got a fantastic idea, and it's getting it, we're making it available for their market.
And let's stay with the entrepreneurial theme, because we're talking about a very unique people, Afro-Caribbean people. We all have different hair shades, different skin types, different whatever. And yet it does seem that we've been very slow to if for want of a better term, capitalise on what we have, that other people have kind of shown us the way, and we're now running with it. Shouldn't we have been doing this from the very beginning?
We should have been. We should have been. We're almost slow to the party, but at least we're here. And at least we're doing loads of things. And there's so much variety in women who are thinking, oh, I see a gap in the market, this is my solution to help fix it. And other women are responding to that. Just like Bianca's lines. It's amazing, because prior to that, you probably never thought about wearing, you know, nude tights. You thought about black, because that's
nude was always very beige. That was the definition.
Very beige, that's always available to us. But now it's kind of like, actually, there's all these amazing shades that I could potentially buy and potentially wear.
And I think, unfortunately, the UK market haven't embraced as quickly as we'd like to expect the fact that there are these people out there who've got the money to spend, and they may come from, you know, black or Asian communities, and actually we need to be making product for them and making it easily available and obtainable for them.
Yeah. So I would imagine, though, that obviously COevolution is very important in getting the message out there, but certainly from your perspective too, the internet, because, you know, we've got an internet-savvy generation. It's not just using tablets, it's also using the telephones as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think things have moved on in such a way that customers, the way they buy, their buying patterns are so different. So it is the internet, is the iPhone, is a myriad of different technology, but equally you want to have that face-to-face interaction, and that's where COevolution is so important, because you get to actually speak to the vendors and say, look, I've got this issue, how can you help? You go to a workshop and say, I've got hair thinning, what do I do? I'd like to contouring, how do I understand how to do that? And I think that's what we offer.
Okay, time is running very, very tight, but where is COevolution being held?
COevolution is being held on the 23rd of May at the Hilton Canary Wharf.
That's the Docklands area of London.
Yeah, the Docklands area. We've got amazing workshops happening, from hair thinning workshops to makeup workshops. We've got ORS, we've got beautiful textures, we've got wonderful brands like Sheer Butter Cottage, Be Unique, who are going to be there selling their amazing products for all the naturals, newly naturals, people who are thinking about going naturals.
And if you want some jelly curls, you can get them there too. Ladies, good luck with that. Thank you so much for joining me here on This Day Lifestyle.